We are live.
We're live. All right.
It's Wednesday, April 8th. We are here today with our show. And this is This Fan's View. We got Lauren, Carl, Mario, and myself, John. We got a good show set aside for us today.
Oh,
Let's get started. What is everybody doing?
I'm personally sitting here waiting for Bill Bradley to call me. So I don't know. There goes the show.
Right. I know. I have my whole intro ready built around him.
I prepared for 4.5 seconds and he didn't show up.
The last 6 hours, I was doing my intro with Bill Bradley in there.
I know when you called me and were asking me all those questions, I'm like, oh man. So I hope he calls. So let me just say I talked to him at 2:18. Good to go. I'm going to set my clock. I'll be ready to go. One of the comments was, I've been hit in the head a few times.
No, that's true.
So, I was looking over his Wikipedia. Mario, you got me hooked on Wikipedia, by the way.
There you go. I'm glad I'm good for something.
I refer to Wikipedia for everything. Now, you're not there, by the way, but I want to get a page built for you.
For me.
You got a lot going on. So, I think you deserve a page. But I mean, I think his coaching career, Bill Bradley, his coaching career goes longer than his playing career, pretty much.
It does. Yep.
I mean, he's been all over the place. And John, you brought up a great point today about the Memphis Showboats.
Yeah.
And being there when Reggie was there.
Yeah.
I mean, that would have been a great conversation in itself, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I was hoping for, to, you hear the stories with him with being, he was a beast on the NFL, going against NFL players. What do you think he would have done against the USFL players?
Exactly.
They were a little step behind the NFL. And this was in his prime when he was still young.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would have been, and plus he was coaching up to last year.
Right.
Yeah.
With the, what was it, that
AAL league, yeah.
Yeah, the American Alliance.
Yep. Football.
How long did they go for? Are they still in existence?
5 weeks.
Yeah.
Are those ones that couldn't pay their do their payroll?
Exactly.
That one. Okay. All right.
How old is he?
He is he was born in 47. He's my dad's
47, right?
So he's 73.
Yeah.
And we had the death of Tom Dempsey this weekend, and then we had the death of Timmy Brown.
Yeah, that was last night, right?
Yesterday. Yeah, it was reported. The 60 championship team. He was an actor, a singer. I mean, the dude had a phenomenal resume, and he was 80 something, and he passed away.
Yeah.
Just I don't know. I didn't hear any ties to the virus with him, but it's just ironic. All these players, all these legends that we watched. I mean, I'm older than all you guys, so I watched all of them. But it's just, and then you've got just young people that we're losing every day.
Yeah.
From this. So.
Yep.
But I promised Lauren that we wouldn't talk an hour about the virus because she doesn't want to, and I don't want to either.
No, but you still got to touch on it a little bit, but not
Mario.
Not so well. Yes.
We were going to do this at the end of the segment, and I figured.
So let's do it now.
Let's do it now. Let's talk. Easter, because there's a lot of cooking competition going on with you and John and Sue. There's I mean, I can't boil water. I can't open a can of soup without burning it. And you guys got a competition going on.
Well, I wouldn't actually call it a competition. It's just let me make something, put it out there, and see who responds to it. So I made lasagna for the first time, and yes, I'm 55-year-old. Dago. I should have made lasagna way before now. So I'm getting a lot of crap for that. From what I was told, it was very good.
Well, you're the only one that ate it.
No. I dropped the piece off to my mom, and I dropped the piece off to my cousin Teresa.
And are they going to actually, especially your mom, is she going to tell you it was horrible?
Oh,
Yes.
here comes
Yeah.
the Democrat.
Yeah. Yeah, believe me, if it's not good, they tell me. So I do need to make more. I made meatloaf last night for the first time. So that was
Meatloaf.
yeah.
You don't
yeah.
remind me of a meatloaf. What'd you do? Get a good deal on ground beef?
I actually got a good deal on chicken thighs. It was buy one package, get two free. So I have a lot of them in the freezer. Yeah,
Chicken
so I have a
thighs
lot
for
of them in the
meatloaf?
freezer. But I've never made meatloaf. I wanted to make it, so I
You
did.
made meatloaf out of chicken thighs?
Yeah, you made chicken
No.
thighs with your meatloaf.
No. You asked me
Oh.
what I got a good deal on. I got a good deal on chicken thighs.
Or
But
were they
I was
expired-
concerned there for a minute.
Were they expired dates on the chicken thighs? What the hell's going on?
I don't know. They're in the freezer right now. So, but no, the meatloaf was okay. Needs to be changed a little bit. So I need to work on that.
What
But-
was it need garlic and peppers?
No, it needs actually a little less garlic.
Oh,
I put a little too much in, which is okay. A little less breadcrumbs, but everything else was good. So,
Need a little O'Brien seasoning.
so what I did was I got ketchup, Worcestershire sauce, and chipotle sauce, and mix it together and put that over top of it as a glaze. So that was okay. It was just it was too bready. So, but for Carl to answer your question or go on the topic of Easter, this Easter is going to be probably one of the weirdest ones that I've ever seen in my entire life. Seeing church completely empty, watching it on TV is just not the same. I'm sure Sue sitting behind you over there can attest to this. It's
she
just,
left to go get a drink.
but it's completely different. It's very odd and eerie to see the church empty with the priest there, just with the celebrants. Not hearing a lot of responses when you would normally hear them, and just sitting at home watching it just isn't the same.
Right.
As far as I know, talking to Father Mike, they're still going to decorate the church. They're still going to do everything that they want to do. I went and picked up palms last week, so they're going to still do all that, but they're just not going to have anybody in the church. He's actually locking down the church so that nobody gets in.
Wow.
So yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I'm sure everybody's going through the same thing. It's just very different. So
Yeah, it's been a crazy year, period. I mean,
Yep.
it just, there's a lot of things have happened. There's been a lot of crazy deaths, and now with this virus just taking everything. I mean, there's been more deaths in New York than 9/11.
yeah, actually, there's been more deaths in New York than it has been in all of Spain, I believe.
Really?
Yeah. I think that they reported that yesterday. But I also heard that New York is on the downswing too. So they're reporting less each day, which is not good, but it's better than it was.
So let's go back a little bit in the days of your good friend Ernie. And
Yes.
He used to make those regatta pies.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
You want to be in the show, or I mean,
He
she
gave me the recipe.
I know.
comes and goes. She jumps in whenever she wants.
Come on, Sue, hop in.
Kind of like me.
Did she bring you a drink?
No, she went and got water.
Water. What did she say?
Water. Us old people have to hydrate.
All right.
So, but yeah, I one of the things that we talked about this week, because she got the recipe from Ernie,
Right.
or the regatta pies, and
She's still making them.
she can't just make one. You know what I mean?
The
The whole counter's filled up with regatta pies.
That's how the recipe calls for.
Mhm.
You know, you can cut the recipe.
Yeah, but I don't like to do that.
Too much work.
So you make 4 instead of 1.
Too much math.
Now I don't even have anybody to work to bring it to.
You can just set up a stand on the side of the road and people can come by and take
What'd they say?
I never heard
because I'll take it.
there's something posted.
I love those things. Those things are really good,
So-
and I don't get them from him anymore.
I guess where I'm going with this, I guess Easter tradition is probably
Right.
second to Christmas. I mean, would we all agree, pretty much on that?
Yeah. So Easter tradition. My grandmother used to make an Easter bread, and it would be shaped in, I guess, like braided with hard-boiled eggs in the middle of it, and she would decorate the eggs, and it was
Yep.
really good. It was
Yep.
really good, especially with coffee. So, Stu, did you ever do anything like that? Your mom?
My mom made a
Uh-huh.
awesome Easter bread that she
On
took
camera.
it to her grave because she never wrote it down. It's stupid me.
It was so good. It
Is
was
it good?
so good. Well, my favorite part was there was no rhyme or reason to the way she iced it.
No.
Be on
No.
the cookie sheet, and the
Yep.
icing would be all over the cookie sheet. And then there was no way to properly wrap it. So
No.
3 days in, you had no choice but to have it with coffee because it was hard as a rock. So you had to dip it in something or you couldn't bite it. But it was the best.
That was the best
Yes.
she made you.
Yeah,
What is
that's,
that, Phil?
That was
Yeah.
the biscuit with the eggs, but I'm talking about their Easter bread.
oh, the spianad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She took
So-
that to the grave with her.
I'm almost positive it had anisette in it. I'm not sure. Anise.
Yeah.
Aniseed. I think it had that in there. My mom would know better. I know she's on. So, Mom, I know you're watching. If you know what was in that bread, comment and tell us, because I actually might try to make it this year since I have pretty much nothing to do except for work and talk to you guys.
not sure I understand.
I don't understand either.
She said,
That pretty much summed up the show.
yep.
Sounded like that, Holly.
Oh, so my mom said there's anise oil in it.
Okay.
So not anise seed, anise oil.
Right.
So that gives it like a licoricey taste.
Oh, okay.
So I might try to make it. I don't know. We'll see. I know my Uncle Rocky used to do lamb's head stew. Yeah. Thank God I never had to try that. So it was before my time. So what else you got?
Easter.
Okay, so Sue, when are you making those pies? Because I'll swap you a lasagna for a pie.
Oh, we got a trade. Wait,
Trade's happening. This is good. I like
this
this.
is bartering. Okay, we got one lasagna for one regatta pie.
That seems fair.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Sounds
I'll
like
allow it.
Mario. Huh?
I'll allow it.
Oh, because you're the moderator.
Yeah.
He's just gonna
Okay,
take
so
that.
you're the trade commissioner?
Yeah. I have to approve all trades.
So what do you get out of this?
I got it.
Me?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Wait, time out.
Tell me lasagna. It's not-
Excuse me. You guys saw the haul that was dropped off on Sunday, right?
No.
No, you didn't see the haul.
No, I didn't. I'll have to look. Oh,
Look at the
yes,
grin.
I did.
Look at
I'm
the
sorry,
grin.
I did. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yes, I did.
Did you want to tell anybody about the haul that was dropped off at your house 2 weeks prior that you never put on Facebook? Yes.
Well, it's
Yeah. Uh-huh. That's what I thought.
it was at the front door. It got brought in, and I never really got to take a proper picture.
Uh-huh.
Did you wipe everything off before you did that?
I did not. No, I'm out of wipes. So
Dang.
anything I have left, I need for my own personal self. So
Yep.
Oh my God. So that was, I mean, that was really all the Easter traditions I had was the ricotta pie, which I don't have anymore because Ernie's not around, and then the Easter bread that my grandmother used to make. So we used to all get together at my grandmother's house and have ham, raviolis, and all kinds of
What's
different
up,
food. I guess who's on the phone? Uh-oh.
I text you a message. Text you a message for the sign in.
But John, what do you do for Easter normally?
I don't know.
Normally.
Normally,
can do it
normally we have
on
everybody over
the
our house. We just like to have everybody at the house here.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And then we usually have like an Easter egg hunt out front.
Okay.
That I'll throw Easter eggs out there and make it challenging for the kids to find. And then the boys, they have a with the neighbor across the street, they have their annual kickball tournament that they play
Okay.
between the neighbors. And
Uh-oh. You muted just there you go. You muted yourself.
no,
I
Lauren,
got muted by the boss.
That was me. I was muting him while he was on the phone with him, and then I hit John's by accident.
and they're a little disappointed that they're not able to play this year because of the virus, and with Tyler with his Crohn's and stuff, his immune system's not really good enough to be able to handle extra stuff out there.
Okay.
So, with everybody else. So they're gonna have to take a break this year from that.
All right. So with the Easter egg hunt, did you put little prizes with the eggs?
Usually the grandparents they'll throw in money in there, and the aunts and uncles they'll throw some a little bit of money in a couple of them, and
Okay.
and then the rest of them we usually put jelly beans in them.
Oh man, jelly beans. I haven't had jelly beans in a long time.
Ooh, let me tell you, they're getting better now.
Are they?
Oh,
With the flavors?
Starburst ones.
Really?
Oof.
Oh, I might have to go buy some.
And then you get Jolly Rancher ones flavored.
Oh, I did see them. I never had them though.
Yeah. Once you start going to those flavored ones, you don't go back to the regular jelly bean. That's for sure.
Oh God.
It's the best time of the year. I got two 3-pound bags of jelly beans in my truck. When I go drive by
Where do you even buy that?
Walmart.
Oof.
Well, see, the summertime, I go towards the jelly bean and the make a nice type of thing, and then the wintertime, I usually have the peanut M&Ms, so I can leave them in the car and they don't melt. You can't do that in summertime.
So I was going to ask this question, but Kim Miller asked, who likes the licorice flavored jelly beans? The black.
Over here.
There's somebody in the corner who you can't.
That's why she's
Had
in the
their own
corner.
bowl of black jelly beans.
100% disgusting.
I got another.
Yeah, I think my mom used to like them too. I can take them or leave them.
Yeah, you can't eat a whole bunch of them.
Right.
I usually
Right.
throw them back.
Yeah, and if they're the last one or two that's left in the thing, then you eat it just because you have
Nope,
to.
I still throw them back. You know what they remind me of, right?
Raisins.
I don't know where you're going with that.
Yeah, I don't either. So you're gonna have to
I
tell
don't
us.
think I want to know. So, anyways, how's
Mute 'em.
Bill before you get muted?
Wait, how did she get the button?
She's running the meeting.
She's
Because
the
I
host.
run this. I run this show. I'm
She
not
is
sure
the
if you're
producer. You
aware.
forget that.
See, now we're like the wizard. She's the wizard behind the curtain and the Wizard of Oz.
Yep.
Great. Great. Great.
Oh God.
Marvelous. Marvelous.
So I'm gonna skip over you, Carl. Lauren, what are your traditions?
Whatever my mom does. Yep.
All right. So, Mom, what are your traditions? Tell her to get on screen.
Oh, she don't like that.
There you go.
We used to make scripels, which I don't know if I'll make them this year.
Okay.
Probably
No.
not.
Yes.
Ernie used to make them too.
Did he?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
you guys are all true paisans. This is tradition.
Yeah.
This is what you do, right? It's that Italian thing. Where's Ryan
Yes, it
Hannigan?
is.
Is Ryan Hannigan on the?
Gail, Gail's on.
No, Gail's on. I saw Gail on. I didn't see Ryan on.
You know, I mean, this is the Italian holiday.
But the ricotta pies is the only thing I make. But we used to make, and we call it Gigi de Gab, but it's honey balls.
Oh.
It's little dough balls, and it's put together with honey.
Oh.
And it will burn the skin off your hands.
Yeah,
So you should run when that's being made.
because
Grandmother wants to dump hot boiled honey on these dough balls, and you're expected to hold it so it, as she's pouring this boiling honey on it.
and if you didn't do it right, boy, oh boy.
And you couldn't get a break. There was no like, can I dip them in water for a second? I mean, if your hands weren't red, and when you were done, you didn't do it right. It was
Oh my
horrible.
God.
So if you didn't
Wow.
end up with third-degree burns, you didn't do it right?
Nope.
You couldn't wear gloves.
Nope. Oh my, no.
Because her hands had no feelings. My mother's hands had no feelings.
She used to take stuff out of the oven without a pot holder. So no, that
Oh.
honey was nothing to her.
She had no feelings.
Wow.
To the rest of us, though.
Hmm.
God. So we're getting comments on the honey balls.
Yep.
Yes, from the Italians.
Yep.
So, all right.
You're the only ones that know what honey balls are.
God, maybe I should have
I'm
had the
married
Italian
into the
flag
family,
hanging
and
up.
I don't know what they are.
Ew.
Oh God. So what is everybody going to be doing this year? Pretty much just sitting at home. We're going to have a Zoom dinner like we did last Sunday.
Nice.
So at least we can all kind of be together and see each other, stuff like that. So that should be fun.
Who passes the gravy?
You make your own. Yeah.
Is that like the red Cello Cup thing?
Yeah, it's like the
Yes.
videos.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, oh man. But
Once,
yeah,
once you
it's,
start, making the lasagna with meat in it, then I'll trade some of my food with it.
yeah. So that's next. Next is going to be with meat.
Oh, there's no
Um,
meat in it.
There
No.
wasn't. In the one that I made, there wasn't.
Me too.
Just the regatta cheese.
Yeah. Well, I doctored up the ricotta.
John's got to have 3 meats in it, or he's not even playing.
I'm okay with that.
He's got to have 3 completely different meats for him to be.
Yeah, I mean,
He's out.
yeah.
So first I'm going to try it with ground beef, and then I'm going to try it with ground beef and sausage.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I think what I'll do is I'll do first one I'll do a layer of ground beef. Then the next one I try after that I'll do a layer of ground beef and then a layer of sausage for 2 layers. Make 2 layers.
Come on in here.
So no, there's no such thing as veggie lasagna.
Come on in here, because
No, I think that's sacrilegious.
Come on.
Yeah, definitely not. It's you got to go heavy meat and then some cheese, but just not the regatta for me.
Right. Well, you got to have the ricotta in it.
No.
Do you like cheese at all? John, you like cheese at all?
Oh yeah, no, I love the cheese, but just not regatta cheese.
Okay, so you won't even taste the ricotta in the way I make it, because what I do is I add extra sharp provolone
Oh,
in with the ricotta, so it flavors it.
Okay.
So believe me, you'll like it.
Mario,
Yes.
Sue has one for
Yeah.
you from an Italian couple that used to live next to us back in the day,
Okay.
called Tumba.
it's called tumba, and it had all kinds of meats. It would be a John thing because it must have had ground meat, sausage. I can't even think of everything that was in it.
Oh, the meat pie?
I guess maybe that's what some people would call it.
Okay.
They called it tumba, and there was only one aunt or uncle that knew how to make it,
Oh,
and they made it together. And
okay.
of course, I never learned how to make that either.
But it was made like a
Like a
lasagna,
lasagna.
Okay,
Oh,
in a lasagna pan, you cut it in squares.
with the
Right.
noodles.
It had noodles in it as well, but I mean, it was, John, it's right up your alley.
Yeah.
We need to Google that
And had a,
recipe.
yeah, but I'm sure it's not the right word, tumbon.
I have my own lasagna that I make that way.
Yeah, with all the
Yeah?
beef.
Oh, yeah.
You put scrapple and bacon in it too.
No, just a bunch of ground beef. I might
Okay.
throw a little bit of pork roll into it.
So do you make everything with pork roll, John?
Sometimes. Always that. It's pork roll, it's corn. There's a couple of staples that you go to.
Okay.
So before we go any farther, since we lost Bill Bradley, we gained a Sue Henderson. So
There you go.
That
this
is such
Sue-
a good trade-off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look her sucking up. She's just, she just don't want to miss any bags heading west.
God. I'm getting crap for this
Yeah,
from different people.
yeah.
On and off the
So-
show, by the way.
Just to bring everybody up to date, because we're just about at 7:00 already.
Wow.
Bill Bradley lost track of time. That was the phone call, and he's not able to join in. So he apologizes for that. Our prizes tonight that were announced, we're still going to give away. We've got 2 8x10s, Tom Dempsey, 63-yard field goal with the Saints, and then another Eagles dual sign by Tom and Bill. So we will pick a winner on those and announce that tomorrow. So, but we got a trade-off. We lost a Bill, but we got a Sue.
Yeah.
So I promise it's just for tonight. But
Well, we may need her on Friday.
why?
Just saying.
Why, where are
Friday's a little bit of a special day.
Oh, well, no, Friday's okay.
Oh, it's her birthday.
I'm gonna cut you out there.
It's her birthday.
I'm going to give you 2 days notice there so you remember.
I always remember her birthday.
No,
I just don't remember the date. That's all.
John,
Facebook tells you it's his birthday.
John, you should answer Stephanie's question. She wants to know if pork rolls like spam.
Yeah.
No.
And
No,
apparently they don't have it in California.
They don't have it in California.
no, they don't. And that's why I will never go out to California.
That seems like a fair reason.
No, pork roll is definitely a good extra meat to add on to it.
Oh, no doubt.
Ooh, Bill.
No doubt.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the way you do it, John,
Who's that?
I go
is
look.
good.
Yeah, yeah. You got to add it in there. That and then you have your special seasonings. Those I
Right.
can go away.
You ever make the lazy man's lasagna? I've made that before.
What's that?
And you just buy the frozen raviolis
And put them in.
and you just layer that and layer the sauce, layer them, layer the sauce, and you're done.
Mario's liking that.
Trust me, I made that one Christmas day for dinner, and my nephews
Right.
were good with it until they started cutting it, and they kind of could see the squares. Of course, my daughter sold me right down the river. She's like, "Tell them how you made it, Mom." Uh-huh.
I would have
Oh,
never.
that's funny.
I mean, it's too expensive to do it because the frozen raviolis, like the
Yeah.
the
Oh, yeah.
Scaramouza's raviolis aren't cheap.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I have to tell this story because it's absolutely hysterical. My grandmother made the best sauce ever.
Yeah.
Right. So we had people over for dinner it was Easter Sunday. She made a ham, she made raviolis, she made all kinds of stuff. When she made the raviolis, she forgot to rinse out the pot.
From
So the
what?
sauce was bubbling.
Oh.
It still had dishwashing.
Still bubbling now?
What's that?
Still bubbling now?
Still bubbling now.
So we're sitting there eating it, and it didn't taste exactly right. Somebody goes, "There's dish soap in this." So, so my at the time uncle took everything, all the raviolis, washed them off, and heated them up and ate them again.
No.
Ooh.
He's like, I'm not throwing these out. They're too good. I'm like, you're disgusting. There's no way in hell I would eat them.
Especially if she handmade them all, though.
No, she didn't.
Oh, okay.
She didn't. No, she was not the handmade type of cook.
Okay.
Because I mean, it was just her cooking for 25 people.
Right.
You know, so but I'll tell you, she was one of the best cooks ever. I think I got some of my cooking habits from her because she never followed a recipe, never
Right.
made the same thing the same way twice. So
My mother never wrote anything down. That's why I don't have any recipes for anything, because to her, you made it until it felt right.
right.
Exactly.
I
Well,
don't know what that
that's
means.
best.
I don't know
Yep.
what that means. You know, it's
Well-
too soft, it's too, I don't know. So,
You just got to work it.
yeah, I mean, that was her thing all the time. And I wish I
Mhm.
knew more now than I do, because I don't. But whatever.
So when you go about making something, how do you do it? Do you follow a recipe?
For the most part, I do. I
Right.
mean, not when I'm making gravy or
Right.
sauce. I mean, no, but you know, for the most part, if I'm making a cake or making those ricotta pies, yeah, I follow the recipe.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I don't try to improvise with too much. You know, I try to go by the recipe, but I just wish I could remember exactly how she made her Easter bread, because it was, I mean,
Same same thing with my grandmother.
we thought it was awesome.
I'll have to see if my mom has the recipe somewhere.
You could eat it a couple days later and you toast it with butter, and it was,
Yeah.
oh,
Coffee in the morning and that perfect.
yep.
So
Okay.
again,
Does that mean
Mom,
we're
I
not
know you're
getting-
watching.
Your attempt, Mom?
What's that?
Does that mean we're not getting your attempt this year? So you're
Well, I would like to try to.
telling
I
me?
would like to try to do it again. I really would.
All right.
But I remember last year it didn't rise.
So what do we got? We got a lot of people commenting, questions.
So your Dago buddy just joined. You spoke his name too many times and he showed up.
Most people just have comments about what they do.
Right.
Yep.
They like things they don't like. One guy told us this is better than Food Network.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack wants to know when the This Fans View cook-off is going to be.
There you go.
All right.
There you go.
What are we going to cook off? I don't know. You know, Mario, putting John in there, it's kind of a different twist, because then you have the Metagon with the Italians.
Oh, jeez.
So then we'll have to pick something that's, I guess, in
Pork roll.
between.
I don't know.
Well,
All right, we'll have to figure that out.
make your Italian food if you want, and I'll just make my food, and everybody will just be on my side. That's all.
So we each pick.
I'm already on your side, John. Don't worry about it.
Oh, you're such a suck up.
Oh,
Ryan wants to be a judge.
Yeah, Ryan wants to be a
Ryan wants
judge.
to be a judge.
Lauren, you're already asking for the dip earlier today.
yeah.
Yeah. I need the dip. I need whatever you made a couple days ago. So whenever we can tailgate a Phillies game again.
Exactly.
Do we
So
need a game? Can't we just tailgate?
Yeah,
Right,
but
exactly.
not allowed-
Stay 6
Don't
feet
be allowed
apart.
well, we'll have
inside.
to
Just
stand,
stand
we'll have
6
to
feet
stand
apart.
6 feet
Got
apart.
it.
There's nobody in the parking lot, so we have plenty of room to do 6 feet apart.
Right. Can't we get one of them parking lots and just tailgate?
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm sure
So-
people at the link won't be complaining now that we're taking up 2 parking spots.
Oh, wait, John. So Jack's saying, are you going to be John the Metagon now? No, we decided that last night. So John and I are going to open up our own restaurant, and it's going to be called. Go ahead, John. I'll let you do it.
The
Yeah.
Irish Fat Boy
And the
and
Crazy Dago. I'll have to post.
Interesting.
Interesting.
So it's not going to be in Levittown, Langhorne, or South Philly. So where's it going to be?
We'll have to figure that out. We'll have to figure. We already have our logo. I said it to John last night.
And we'll have another location for the road trips for This Fans View.
There you go.
Whatever
Yeah,
Shawnee wants, I'll deliver to Delaware. Shawnee's asking for delivery to Delaware.
What
So,
we're
other
not
town
allowed
do we
in
take- What other
Delaware.
town do we have to take over?
Yeah, I'm not allowed with my Pennsylvania plates in Delaware.
not to buy alcohol.
No, they stop everybody.
Yeah, you're not allowed in Delaware anymore.
I don't think that's true.
If you're driving on 95, it's okay. But when you're going through the town of Delaware, there's the state troopers are there.
That's just for alcohol.
Some guy said he was trying to go to Home Depot, but he didn't want to pay.
Yeah, they don't want you to Home Depot either because people go there for tax-free shopping.
Right.
So
there to get out of the house.
that too. So, yeah, I think they're just cracking down on people going over there. I don't know, but if you need alcohol, Jersey's open. My sister made a run last weekend, so they're still open. They're not cutting people off. So, what do we got?
No sports. What do you got?
I
Well, we don't
wanna
really
talk-
have any questions, but I didn't know if you want to switch gears to any other.
Yeah,
Well,
go
I
ahead.
want to tell the story because it's a great story that Bill Bradley shared with us when he and Tom Dempsey were at the store together. And apparently they had a thing after football games. They would go out into Bill's van and sit and drink after the games in the vet parking lot and just randomly just sit there and drink, thought nothing of it. Well, there was a statue in the vet parking lot of a kicker, and I'm not 100% sure whether it was a punter or a place kicker. I don't remember exactly, what that is. Maybe one of our, fine people on board here can.
I always thought it was a punter.
I did as well. And anyway, I guess, a few beers in, Bill looked over to Tom and said, "Hey, what's wrong with that statue?" and Tom's like, "Nothing. He's got perfect form." And he's like, "No, he's got a foot." He goes, "You don't have a foot." And Bill proceeds to go in his van and pulls out a hacksaw, and they go over and they cut half the foot of the kicker off. Here comes Philly's finest. You know what I mean? And, they find out, that this is Bill Bradley and Tom Dempsey who played for the Eagles. And they're like, "Guys, what are you doing?" And shoo them out of there. And, but, I wanted Bill to tell the story. And hopefully we can at one point. Yeah, it was a punter. Ryan said it. Well, I thought it was.
Yeah, I thought it was the punter as well.
Because Bill was a punter at one time.
Right.
And changed positions. But, Bill tells it, like none other because, he loves his, he loves his alcoholic beverages. and his favorite place is the Palladium down there on Oregon Ave, in Philly, down by Chickies and Pete's. That's where he hangs. So, but anyway,
People got sports questions now.
Guys want to talk some sports. You want to talk some draft.
Yeah.
Apparently the football draft is, you're part of the show now.
Yep. I'm just along for the ride now. She's got the questions handled. So
I'm not asking the questions, Lauren. That's your job. I just want to say that one of my buddies that's a police officer told me that the roads are open through Bethel to get to Delaware, and he would know.
There
Yeah.
you go.
You can get there.
There you go.
All right, I'm going to back off now because I don't know nothing about sports questions.
All right, so we do have questions about hockey, Lauren.
yeah, so we got questions about hockey, the Eagles, football, baseball. Thoughts on
Let's do-
Joe Flacco as an Eagles backup?
I love the idea. I absolutely
Really?
flat out love the idea. He's a South Jersey kid. Bring him home. He's going to know his role, right, John?
Oh, absolutely. Yep, absolutely.
I mean,
He knows his role. He's a winner before.
he won a Super Bowl. A lot of what Baltimore, did down there, the Eagles do.
Right.
There's a lot of similarities in the offense.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
No, I love that. I love that tremendously. But they just signed Sudfeld. So what are you going to do? You're going to kick him to the curb? You're paying him almost $1 million.
Well, you did that last year when you brought McNown in.
I guess.
Well, how much are they going to have to pay Flacco?
Probably not much.
No,
No, I mean he's been paid. He
more
had
than Sudfeld.
he had some injury, so
You think he could come here for 2 or 3 million?
he probably would. I mean, he lives still in the area in Jersey.
Make some calls, John. See what take the bushes. See what's going on.
I got direct connections with family members.
Do you?
Yeah.
Offer them some of them breakfast sandwiches you made last night. They were awesome.
Oh, I will. That'll get that's the sealer, but you can't lead with that.
No. You just bring that in to seal the deal.
Exactly.
What
Yeah.
about Cam Newton? Where does he go?
Ooh. They were
Not
talking
here.
about that. They were talking about him this morning on the radio, bringing him into Philly. I don't
No.
I don't like that a little bit.
I don't like that at all.
If he's going to be cheap, I think he might go to New England. I
How
could-
cheap's cheap though?
No, I mean on like a 1 year, 1 or 2 year deal just to see.
But time out. He's going to bring his brash ass to New England, and Bill Belichick's going to put up with him and his Superman act up there.
Well, I think it might be just Bill trying to change with the times to get a running quarterback in there, and possibly it's either him or possibly Winston.
I can see Winston.
You
See Winston up there. More
Bill's,
so than Cam, but
yeah, no, I could see that too. But yeah, it's one of those things. He might be up there, but Flacco would be okay. Because he knows he's not a starter now.
right.
He had the back injuries a little bit to slow him down a little
I like his leadership quality and working with Carson.
Right.
So.
Oh yeah. No, exactly.
So, Lauren, the question I have for you, because are you still a big Nick Foles fan? Now
Yeah.
that he's with his third team in 2 years?
Sure.
Okay. I'm just checking. I'm just making sure,
Yeah, I got that shot. I heard it. I felt
No, it's no shot.
it sounded like one. It sounded like
I
one.
got background noise too.
Yeah. AO2 doesn't just apply to John.
Ain't that his fault he got hurt?
Go ahead. Continue with your question.
No, I just was asking
Oh,
what your thoughts were on Nick, becoming a Chicago Bear.
Sure. Yeah. We'll see what happens. I mean, the Colts would have been ideal for him, but
Right.
they're not interested.
All right.
Who takes over in New England now?
What's that?
They like their young guy right at the moment, but unless one of these other, Winston or Cam Newton, does
Right.
go up there, but it's gonna be tough shoes to fill, no matter who's going up there to fill Brady's shoes.
Right.
How do you think they're going to do?
They'll be good because they're freeing up a lot of money.
Okay.
That they'll be able to fix the defense, and then they win ugly. They just do what they have to do to win. They don't have a set game plan every week that some teams get stuck in that. They look at the team's weaknesses and beat them.
So do you think they were the way they were winning wise because of Belichick or Brady or the combination of the two?
It's definitely the combination. Because Brady didn't have the arrogance or the he had to do it his way.
Right.
Both of them had the same mentality. It was just we got to win. If we win 10-3 tonight, we win 10-3. If we have to win, 48-45, we win 40-45.
Okay. So do you think Belichick will do better without Brady or Brady will do better without Belichick?
Well, you asked hard questions there, Mario Gallo.
That's my job.
I would say Belichick does better. Just because it's his system's in there. Brady's going to have to
All right, let's take a timeout on this. Who has Brady's going to Tampa, correct?
Yep.
Right? They got Mike Evans and who's the
Yep.
other?
Chris Godwin.
I mean, couple good players.
Oh no, he
They automatically get better with Brady being there.
Oh no, they definitely will. I mean, they're both going to do well.
Right.
It just, I think it's easier.
Brady's still Brady, so he's going to take his talents to Tampa, right? Now Belichick needs to find a replacement, for that, down 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and who's going to lead them down the field down 21 points.
No, true. Yeah, I can see that too. I mean, it's like I said, it's going to be both of them are going to do well. It's just a matter.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of how soon Brady's going to, mesh with the talent. I mean, he has better talent.
Or how soon the talent's going to mesh with Tom Brady.
Well, right.
Right?
Yeah, I mean,
Tom
if
Brady's
you don't-
not changing. Tom's not changing.
Well, no,
No.
exactly. And you saw him struggle, if you want to call it struggle, when they were 12-4 this year.
Right.
Struggling, getting with young wide receivers.
So how many years do you think Brady has left?
Well, what did he sign? A 2-year deal, right?
Yeah.
2 years down there.
You think he's going to be 2 years and done? Because
No.
he's on the downswing of his career, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, he says he wants to go to 45.
Yeah, 6 rings on the downside. I'll take that downside all day
I'm
long.
not saying it's
And on
a bad
Sunday,
thing,
too.
but he's towards the end of his career. I mean,
Well, of course, after 22
Yeah,
years.
he's not going to be playing until he's 50 years old.
Maybe.
He might.
You think?
If he stays healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, 1 hit and he's done, right? That's usually what happens.
Right.
So, and Ryan made how's Tampa's O line? Because if it's anything less than perfect, he's going to get hit and he's going to be done.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to get better. They were a decent offensive line last year, but Brady will get rid of the ball so quick that he'll make them better, and especially with better talent that he's throwing to.
Well, are you sure his receivers are going to be able to get open that quick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The two guys that he's throwing, Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, yeah, they're both pretty good wide receivers.
All right.
They're
I
big.
see a comment up there from Joe Stinger about a Jeremy Roenick video. What? Well, I did not see the video. Any of you guys
I
see
didn't
the
either.
video?
No, I didn't. No.
I did not know.
Okay, we can't comment, Joe, because none of us have seen it, and must be pretty good if JR is involved. I didn't mean to cut you guys off, but
No, that's okay.
you guys can talk the next 2 hours about Tom Brady and kiss his ass when we go off the off of Facebook.
Well, believe me, once I'm off the show, I don't talk Brady at all.
Yeah, I think you got a man crush on him.
What was that?
Did you see Jack Broder's comment?
No, what? Which one?
If he will deflate his balls in Tampa.
The air is hotter there, so it usually, increases.
Oh man, Rowan in
Oh,
backyard
God.
workout before eating snacks. It's funny. So apparently, I guess JR being JR.
Hmm.
So, but let's jump ships, Lauren. Or can we move on?
Yeah, I think the biggest sports story to come out so far this week is this proposed MLB plan
Exactly.
for
Yep.
these baseball games. And there are some nasty remarks. I mean, it's a crazy plan. It's
So
right crazy.
they want to play all the games in Arizona.
Right.
Yep.
And the
Untimely fields.
guys would stay in hotels
Right.
and they would basically be quarantined there to play baseball. And they would never leave.
That's kind of stupid.
You're the wife or the kid of one of those players. you already don't see your dad very often as it is.
Right.
Not
Right.
seeing him at all. You're talking 4 or 5 months of that? No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You're already getting Zach Wheeler today, stepped out there and, bashed it, and that he didn't think that was going to work at all. And
Yeah, I don't think the Players Association will vote.
No.
I don't see that going anywhere.
That's not getting approved. Not under those conditions. I don't see it.
Well, it's not only that, because they're going to have to refund all those tickets to all everybody that had tickets, whether it be season ticket holders or otherwise, because they're not going to get those games back
no,
unless
correct.
they prorate it to next year. But
Yeah.
they're still not going to get any money from concessions, tickets, anything.
But you're going to get a ton of money from networks.
Yeah,
Right, because they're
ESPN.
probably
That's what they're banking on, because
Sure.
people are dying for real sports, real-time sports right now. You'll watch anything, basically. I mean, the NBA is talking about playing games of horse with their players.
Yeah, I saw a couple of people talking about that.
Right. I mean, these leagues are looking to do anything.
So I'm surprised that the E-Leaguers haven't come up with something, because they don't need to be in the same room anyway. They can do it just like we're doing it here. That's all it is.
Yeah, I mean, the minor league teams, I know that they're playing, something similar to that. And I think as far as gambling and stuff goes, FanDuel and all that stuff, that's all they have right now.
Right.
But
Wait, minor leagues are actually playing?
no, it's like a, what is it called? Twitch. It's a website
Okay.
where they can play like baseball, versions of baseball games. The Fightins have been doing it for the last few weeks now.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like an online video game essentially.
Okay.
Mm.
But what do you do for going back to baseball? What do you do when a minor league guy gets called up? Somebody gets hurt, minor league guy has to be called up, but he's not been in the quarantined Arizona area.
So he's going to have to be quarantined for
Coming
2
from
weeks.
Florida or California or Texas or wherever. What
Yeah.
happens? He goes into quarantine for 14 days to make sure he's not contagious, and then he's released to the Arizona.
Or do you expand the roster immediately so you don't have to do that?
I'm
But
sure they'll
It's
expand.
happened- I mean, it's inevitable. You're going to have to call somebody up at some
Right.
point, not in this bubble. And, if you're talking about testing these guys every day,
Right.
that's thousands of tests when you have healthcare workers telling you they don't have enough tests as it is.
Yes.
But Major League Baseball is going to take thousands of them.
Every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the part that's and then what happens too, like the NBA, if one player tests positive, they're all together,
Right. So then they're all screwed.
right? Then does it get shut down again in 3 days or 5 days, or whatever that number is that they get somebody tested positive, and
Yeah.
like you said, bringing people up from the minors, and they have to come up and wait 3 days and then come in, and
Right.
yeah, I don't think that's going to be, because then all the people that are going to be the camera crew, they all have tested as well, and
And
Well-
robot umpires.
yeah, the umpire behind the home plate, that's going to be, I mean,
I mean, A for effort, for trying to figure something out.
Yeah, they're trying.
It's just, I mean, I just don't understand. That's really sort of taking guys and, using them for money.
right. Yeah, just trying to to get something out of the year, and
Right.
it's you can see it on both ends that some of the players will want to do it because they want to get paid, and
Sure.
And they want to play. Yeah, I get it.
but and plus they're young and they're invincible. They know, but I'm not getting the virus.
Right.
But like you said, yeah, I mean, you have 30 teams out in Arizona to play, and what are you going to do? Play all around the clock and have games at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And,
Right.
you know,
What is my question to you guys after hearing all of this? So what's the real question here? Using up all the tests and not having enough, for the essential people. Isn't that all supposed to every day get better? I mean, aren't we supposed to have, more equipment and more of everything as every 24 hours ticks by?
So to answer that, go look at the stores and see how much toilet paper you have out there. It's all supply and demand. So they can only make so many tests at a time, just because resources, meaning people and actual physical resources to make the tests. Then once you do it, I think they either have like a 15-minute one, they have a day one, they have 3 days. Depends on how they do it. But if you're making that many and they want to test the players every day, and you have hundreds of players that they have to test.
And that's going to be what, a 5-minute result? You're going to know the results in 5 minutes.
right.
I mean, you have to. You can't wait 3 days.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's unheard of.
But that's what I'm saying. They have a 15-minute one, a day one, and a 3-day one, I believe. So of course, yeah, they're going to get the 15-minute one for them. But if you have them focusing, making tests just for the baseball players, then they're going to have other people making tests for everybody else. I don't see that being feasible. It's just not practical either.
Yeah.
Believe me, I nobody wants baseball more than me, because I live for baseball every year. I just don't see this being a viable option.
Right.
Yeah.
But like Lauren said,
Definitely A for
plus
effort.
for, trying to put a plan together.
Sure.
Is it
Yeah.
is it the right plan? Sure doesn't sound like it.
Right.
Well, I mean, the tough thing is too, it's, guys like JT Realmuto will be on there last year. They'll be a free agent. We'll lose a year of him. Mookie Betts going to the Dodgers, he'll be a free agent, and they just made a big trade to get him, and he may not even play for him. And then he's a free agent.
Do you actually think that the commissioner would not cancel this year and kind of like move forward, as if this year didn't take place?
So prorate everything to next year and just have next year act like this year.
Well, I thought there was that article that I had sent that the MLB and the Players Association already agreed upon that, so that they were free agents and the owners were getting away without having to pay the contracts, and they were only paying a lump sum, that they were, a fraction of what they were doing because of that. Because I think it was like a $400 billion or $4 billion number that the players make throughout the year, and they were only going to have to pay like 400 million or something like only. But a fraction of what they had to pay. And
all I know is I hope a week from now, when we're gathered back together and talking about sports, that things continue to progress,
right,
continue to get better every day, every hour, with the essential people, the hospital workers, everybody that's hands-on. Sports to me right now is secondary to all this.
oh, of course.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's absolutely secondary, because the amount of lives that are being lost, that the amount of people that just, they're relevant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is sports, in the grand scheme of things, is it as relevant as the human life that's being lost?
Oh,
Correct.
no.
Absolutely correct.
So I think at the end of the day, hopefully a week from now, when we're talking about this, we have a better understanding, and it continues to, the curve continues to get broader, wider, you know what I mean, flatter. Just we just need, we need consecutive good days.
Yeah.
And it is. I mean, you are starting to see the results of what everyone has been doing. The problem is people see that and now, oh, everything must be better. And
Right.
everything goes by the wayside, but we can't take our foot off the gas this entire month of April.
Nope.
No.
We have to keep doing what we've done to continue the trend we're on right now. As positive as it feels and as good as it feels, you have to keep doing this. Or, you start to open things up too soon and you have an outbreak all over again and we're back to square one.
Right.
And then you never see any of this.
You're right.
You see baseball this year.
My guess is April 30th is not going to be the end, unfortunately.
I mean, I think you'll depend. I mean, I have no idea. Depending on how the rest of the month goes, really is how that'll be dictated.
Right.
But for me at work, there's no reason I couldn't go back to work starting May 1st because I don't share an office with anybody. I interact with very few people during the day. So
Right.
smaller things like that you might see start to open up. But stadiums with 20, 30, 40,000 people in them, that's not going to be able to happen until you have a vaccine.
Right.
Right.
Because one person still has it and doesn't even know it, brings it into the stadium, spreads it to the 2 or 3 people around them, and now we've got it all going again.
Right. And that's why they were saying things weren't going to be until like August or September before you can get into the ballparks.
Sure.
Which that alone kills like the minor league teams,
Right.
which is not going to be,
Well,
good.
if you're talking August, that's going to kill pretty much all of baseball.
Well, that's for people getting into the stands.
Oh, so you're talking about them playing in the ballparks without anybody there.
Yeah, if they play in June,
Right.
they play without fans in the ballparks, but
Well,
and
I think we are at the point where it's just wait and see.
Yeah.
Only thing we can do, and Jack's been saying this over and over again in the comments here, everybody just needs to stay the hell home. So, and stay away from people, do the social distancing thing, even though I hate that word, but just stay home.
yeah, like I said, because you don't want to get it where you think you're good, and then you have a breakout again, and then you're starting back all over from
Right. No, I mean, I just, and my family to me is everything. I had to go pick up something for my mom today, and I couldn't even bring it into her. I had to get it. I wiped it off with the Clorox wipes I have in my car. Open the
You have
door.
Clorox wipes. You are legendary if you have Clorox wipes.
I stocked up in Florida before I came home.
Wow, you're holding out on us. You are not a team player. You hear that, Lauren? He has
I hear
Clorox wipes.
I watched a video the other day on how to make your own.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, yeah?
you can use the spray with what's it called paper towels. The same thing.
Yeah, well, Lysol spray if you can get
Right.
it. But yeah, I mean, the video was just water, bleach, and paper towels.
You have to be careful with the bleach if you're going to use it on your hands because it'll dry out your hands.
My hands already feel like they're a desert anyway from as many times as I wash them. So it's
Did you hear earlier in the show the honey ball is already taking care of that?
yeah. I didn't have any
No,
feeling.
no, no, that was the honey badger.
The badger.
No, it was the-
It was the honey badger.
Oh,
I got her.
God.
She's right here. She's sitting right over here.
Yeah,
Oh
man.
my God. So what do we got? We got
Good
Friday
show,
coming up, right?
even though Bill Bradley stiffed us.
Good
You know,
show.
it was a great show talking
Food.
Easter food. Food seems to be a great subject amongst everybody.
Oh, of course.
You got to eat.
Who doesn't eat?
Everybody thinks they got the best meal.
Sue just said we lost viewers when we started talking about sports.
Oh,
There goes
God.
everything we work for.
Exactly.
The show got the virus.
Oh my God.
Hi, Shannon.
Who the hell is Shannon? Oh, she wants to steal the show. See what happens. See
Yeah.
what happens when the family takes over.
Oh my God. So what do we got? What do we got coming up? We got Friday coming up, right?
Friday night,
Good Friday.
Good Friday, Sue's birthday. We're gonna sing happy birthday.
That'll be
Yay.
Kyle's gonna make her a birthday cake.
Huh?
Kyle's gonna make her a birthday cake.
Oh, very
All
nice.
right.
Wow.
We'll see if we can get the Mario with the pass and the gravy. If we can get the her blowing the candles out.
We can do like a pass along kind of thing.
Yeah, we'll have to see if we can get the candles being blown out. Well, secret is I'll do it.
But we got Bernard Marcel Perrant will join us
That's going to be a good show.
along with his wife Jeannie. And if you guys haven't watched the video of Bernie trying to make, as he calls
Gnocchis.
them, knuckies, also known as gnocchis,
Yeah.
it's the best. It's the absolute best, as he is, and he'll have a message for us as well about, you know, staying safe and all that good stuff. He'll be on Friday with us on our special edition. So I'm pretty much I'm starving after this show. I'm really hungry. I'm gonna go look for some scraps. So hope you
All
guys
right.
have a good rest of the night, and thanks everybody for joining with us. Again, sorry about the mix up with Bill Bradley, but we will announce a winner tomorrow of the 2 autograph 8x10 photos, and whoever wins those, all they have to do is get in touch with us with an address, and we'll mail them out. I know I mailed out Brian. Is it Brian Brown who won the
Yeah.
Brian Pop Pucks? And he got those, and so, you know, if you win a prize, all you got to do is get in touch with us, and, you know, we'll certainly mail it out, you know, for you. Other than that, you know, have a great night, be safe, and you guys are the best.
Thanks, you too. Be
Bye,
safe,
guys.
everybody.
See you guys.
Take care.